Good morning. Craig Howard here. Happy to be with you again this morning. I was reading something this morning that was kind of disturbing to me. Um, Put that pillow away. It was kind of disturbing to me because it was a article that was published in a publication called Eidelman. Eidelman is a leading um, marketing firm that publishes an annual report they call the Trust Barometer. And what it does is it measures the trust of the country and compares it to trust in other countries. And what it found in the last report that I saw published, and it's a couple years old, but it said that trust in the United States of America has plummeted. Um, that right now America it dropped by something like the largest amount that it has ever dropped since they began publishing this report. Um, it's the largest ever recorded drop in the survey's history among the general population, and the trust puts us in the lower 24% trust level of the 23 countries that it surveys. The collapse in trust in the United States is driven by a lack of faith in government, which fell something like 14 points to something like 38%. Um, Lack in trust in business, the lack in trust in the media also were driving this thing. But it's interesting that this lack of trust happened before the economy really started to suffer too terribly much. And they said this is the first time in the history of this survey that trust has fallen without there being some big event that drove it, the collapse of the stock market or some other event that caused it to really fall. And the article said that the United States is enduring an unprecedented crisis of trust. This is the first time that they've seen anything like this. Um, it made me think about how important it is for we Christians to know what we trust in. I don't trust in the U.S. economy. I don't trust in government. That's not where my primary trust is at. My trust is in the Lord who made heaven and earth, the Bible says. Um, but we can get in trouble. We can get in trouble real quick if we don't. Sometimes we'll have doubts. Last night we were studying the issue of doubts in my Bible study class. And we talked about how doubts can sometimes creep into our life, but the way to battle doubt is to trust. Um, the Bible says in Jude 22, be merciful to those who doubt. Doubt is going to come from time to time because we're uncertain about what's going on. But the Bible says those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endure forever, it says in Psalm 125:1. How do you trust? Well, you trust people that you know well. The better I know somebody and the more I know about their character, if it's a good character and it's a good person, then it's somebody that I trust. So the more I get to know God, the better I know God, the more I'm going to trust him because he's perfect in every way. So if I will just get to the place where I get to know God and spend time with God and see what God has done and reflect on what God has done in my life in the past to bring me through difficult times, those doubts can be pushed aside with the trust that is trusting in a God that is forever. Are you struggling with trust this morning? Are you struggling with trusting God because maybe you're going through a difficult time and you're wondering, why, God, are you letting me go through this? Spend time in his presence. Get to know him better. Introduce yourself to him. If a man walks up to me and I'm broke down along the side of the road and he says, let me take a look at your car, I have no reason to trust the man because I don't know anything about his mechanical ability. But if a person walks up who I know well, who I know to be a good mechanic, and he says, let me take a look at it, I have all kinds of trust in his ability. The more you know God, the more you get to know who he is, and the more you reflect on what he has already done in your life, the easier trust is going to be for you, and the easier it's going to be for you to shove those doubts out of your life. Think about it. Have a great day. Mom, if you're watching, I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.